Alright, and welcome back to the 183 videos. I'm doing a second video on this one because I want to show the difference between good 183 drivers and bad 183 drivers. So the 183 is actually one of the most difficult to use vehicles in the game. There are a couple of reasons for this. One, with Brothers in Arms, Vents, and a rammer, you still have a 24.21 second reload. A lot of tanks can do 2,000 damage before you reload for a second shot. Two, you only have 4 degrees of gun depression. Off the front, 6 off the side. If you were trying to look straight over the front of the tank, you're not going to get down enough. You're going to expose your underplate, you're going to get shot to pieces. 3, you have no side armor. And this section of hull, the top section here, you see that right in front of the turret? That is vulnerable. Getting shot on the side or the top of it will penetrate you every time. On top of your underplate and this huge rangefinder that goes all the way across.
Was that boy girl bugging you? Looks like that. The ball begins. Whoops, did I just accidentally a wall?
Now this match is before both of the city matches. I didn't realize how many heavy tanks were roaming around until I saw those city matches, and then I switched over to using AP rounds. That's the other thing. You don't fire pure Hesh. One, it's 8,000 credits per shot. While it's a devastating hit, there is no way to make money firing Hesh. You can't do it. Two, if you don't pen with a full pen, and since Hesh does not get shell normalization, it only has 230 penetration, not getting a full pen means you're going to do between 700 and 1,000 damage, whereas your standard AP round is 1150. I would rather have full pens if I can help it. And we're going to see just how difficult this thing can get to use. So I'm actually moving into a position that very few people know. It's up here on the red line. There's actually a depression in here that sits almost flat that you can position any tank in and fire across at the guys camping on the side of the hill. So the moment that they get lit back up, I'm going to have shots for days, and I am beyond their view range. I'm at draw range, which means that they can't see me. No one can see me. And I zoom in, and I miss the leopard. That's the other thing. This thing has a 0.4 accuracy. Odds are you're not going to hit the target every time, and you're just going to have to accept that. I just fired an 8,000 credit Hesh shell. There's 8,000 credits, just gone. Nothing I can do about it, just gone. So now I'm going to set up right here. Now you can see my tank is kind of still tilted back just a little bit, but it's not enough that I can't see this entire ridge. That house actually doesn't shield them because it's at the base of these bushes, which you're about to see in a few seconds when the Bulldog gives me a light. Bulldog's going to creep up here. And Owned by the Devil is gone. I already found him. 183. I take aim. I aim at the top of the hull. 1,600 damage Hesh shot. And he fires on the move at the Bulldog. Almost hits me. I figure I'll fake out like I've been hit. Which is why I type ow. 183 on 183 violence. But as you can see, that ridgeline is terrible for the 183 because he has to poke so far over to get his gun down enough to shoot back. It's a terrible position. And this is why the 183 is so hard to use. Regardless of the fact it's massive, devastating cannon, if you don't know what you're doing with it, it's a terrible tank. I'm going to sit here and be all nice and calm and quiet because I know there's more stuff on that ridgeline. There's always more stuff on that ridgeline. Bulldog creeps up. I tell him, light the ridge, ready. And sure enough, enemy 183.
I'm not opposed.
Wham! He's effectively knocked out of the battle. And the Bulldog is going to finish him. Now I'm reloading. And I saw the 57 Heavy go down in that ditch. So I'm thinking he's going to try to come around on us. So I'm going to move into a position where if he comes around this corner, I should have shots. As you can see, I can see all the way to the base of this corner right here. And I see an enemy 183, and you never do this with this tank. You cannot charge with this tank. It is not a frontline aggressor. As much as some people want it to be, it's not. He gets lucky on my shot. I fired too far in front. I hit the front track. However, he's not going to get lucky for long. There's the artillery, and here comes Maverick's shell right about now. You cannot be the frontline aggressor with this tank, and I'm about to make the same mistake. I'm moving up thinking it is time to advance, and I've advanced too early because I forgot about the 57 Heavy. Sure enough, there he is, and I am caught in the open aiming at this 57 Heavy. I hit his track, which is not a full pen with hash, and he lets me have it.
Contain the calamity. 3
shots from him, 1 from the 62A. I made the same mistake that other 183 driver just made, and I'm about to make another one, and it's going to cost me my tank. You cannot shoot this thing while moving. Period. You can't do it. The reticule gets too big. You always miss your target. E4 kills me. I'm done. Our whole platoon's out. If I had set up and backed up and took aim and not fired, that E4 wouldn't have been nearly as brave, because I could full pin his front turret, I could full pin his underplate, and I could full pin the top of his turret. Because right there on those side cheeks of that turret, the 183 hash round will full pin every time. But of course he gets lit up by the Jagdpanzer. I'm flipping around between tanks trying to see what's going on. I want to know if I got my top damage round. Because if I got my top damage round, I'm now ahead of Owned on the missions. I did not actually get a Stuck 4 first. Don't really care. I just want to stay ahead of my clanmates for the first couple days. Bulldog comes up. I don't understand how the Bulldog does not kill this guy. He's got full side shots and hits. Does nothing. Misses. Misses. Artie, however, says goodnight. I tell the Lore 40T, go get that 54 lightweight. You've got an auto loader. He's got like 3 shots tops of hit points. Bang. And he is not going to reload fast enough to hurt that Lore, I'm sorry. He just simply is not going to reload fast enough to cause serious damage. As the enemy artillery scumbagged into the water. If you do this, understand I will report you for unsportsmanlike. Unless it's an accident. If it's actually an accident, fair enough. Still didn't do bad on damage. I did get my... Where is it? Did get my top damage on the team. Which means I got my mission. But, yeah, like I said, 183 is not an easy vehicle to use. Destroyed, it costs almost as much as an E100 to fix. The ammunition cost is astronomical. So a lot of people think this tank is easy mode, or it's really, really easy. And I call this holding off Death Star Alliance because we're holding off 3 independent 183s. It's not. It is not an easy vehicle to use. It's not an easy vehicle to master. I still make mistakes in it every time that I take it out. So that's the end of the 183s for right now. I'm going to come back to you and give you the T-54E1.